Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic: Pandemic Parallettes. Well, with the COVID-19 pandemic still raging, and yes, it is still raging and ravaging us, we're still in the first pandemic wave, and COVID-19 will rage until we have a vaccine that covers 90% of the people. And then, even after that, the coronavirus will still be around, haunting us, every year, mutating, killing more people. But that's the way of the world now. This is what we're doing now. We're living in harmony with deadly viruses. And we live that way because we have no other choice. No other choice but to comply. The virus controls us, not the other way around. And my human meme friend, for me anyway, one of the biggest hits in a quarantine lockdown is trying to stay in shape. Your body gets battered by sitting around. Well, in our apartment building, we have a lovely gym. Lots of equipment, many weights, and access to that gym costs us quite a lot of ongoing money and amenities fees. But when COVID-19 hit, the gym was closed by the state. All gyms in our area were closed, and hallelujah to that. As sort of a minor hypochondriac, I found it always unsettling to go to the gym and have these certain jerks breathing and sweating all over everybody while they worked out. And that was pre-COVID-19. I remember this one guy in our building who would run on a treadmill to the point of total exhaustion. He was completely out of control. It wasn't really running. It was more like flailing his arms and legs. He was an inexperienced runner, and he quickly ran out of breath, but not sweat. And he'd run as loud and as hard as he could to get attention, stomping his feet on the treadmill as he ran and wheezed and gasped for buckets of air. And if you spend any time at all in a gym, I'm sure you know what sort of amateur gym rat prototype I'm describing. And then, when he finally exhausted himself, gave up, wheezing all over everyone with the treadmill still running, but him not on it, he'd go to the bathroom, towel off, and then he'd come back out again. Yes, just to strut around the gym, showing how sweaty his clothes were, breathing heavy, wheezing on everyone as he just walked it off by strolling around the gym. And it was just as gross now as it was then. Who does that? So, because of people like him, I do my gym workouts at 4:30 in the morning instead of 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And yes, it was more exhausting. It was also quieter before the dawn at that time. But even at 4 a.m., there were still strange weightlifting nuts who would be there working out, running around, dropping weights, all for attention. So believe me, the home gym is the right way to go. So, the closing of our building gym due to COVID-19 was a problem for me. So, I decided to try to expand my small existing home gym, one that I've been building in slices and dices over the past few years, and build upon that, center it, However, temporarily in our living room. Not that my wife was wild about that, but she played along. My blood pressure needs body movement to stay in check. And she does join me in our daily exercise routines. We routinely work out together using iPhone apps from MyFitnessPal, Strava, Fitbod, Sworkit, and Adidas. So welcome to my home gym, the COVID Conservatory, the Pandemic Parallettes. Oh, and just so you know, in case you don't know, a parallette is like the parallel bars you see in men's gymnastics, except they're smaller in size. And parallettes usually come in two sizes, small parallettes sized for push-ups, and taller parallettes for dips and L-sits. Parallettes are a great and rewarding workout that will test the depths of you in more than one way. And the greatest thing about parallettes, no matter their size, is simply pronouncing what they are, again and again. Parallettes, parallettes, parallettes. So here is my current and ever-changing home gym accumulation of stuff that I'll share with you now. Some of it is ugly, all of it is used, and most of it completely inappropriate for an apartment. Just ask my wife. So, in explaining this to you, I will use 4 categories to describe my apartment gym. Strength, something you lift. Resistance, something that fights you, but not your wife. Stretching, both static and active. And finally, cardio. High-intensity interval training, and that's HIIT, not HIT, like some people try to leave out the interval. And I use that to get the heart rate up. I also use every minute on the minute, yes, all of that, just to get moving around, to get the heart beating. So here's the quick breakdown of our actual living room space, and it's not that big a space. It's a living room for living, not exercising. And the living space grows smaller every day, while the gym part of the living room quietly expands just a little bit more every single day. Strength, something you lift. A weight bench. Took me a long time to get one. Mine is not flat. It does angle up and down in the seat in the back, and it is movable. Dumbbells, just a few. Kettlebells, only a couple. Weighted bags filled with sand, one of those. I have one weighted 30-pound bar just for lifting things. I have a 20-pound mace. Yeah, you swing it like an axe. But be careful around windows and cats and the wife. Hulk, smash. I have medicine balls and various weights. I have a slam ball. It's like a deflated medicine ball you pick up and slam on the ground. Not really appropriate for apartment living. Just ask my neighbors. Now, because we are in the middle of a pandemic, dumbbells and kettlebells are really hard to find if you don't already have them. And they are now expensive. So if you happen to have a kettlebell or a dumbbell hanging around your apartment you're not using, try to see if you can sell them online. You will be surprised at the hefty price you are able to get. Now, in my strength setup, I do not have a pull-up bar or a rack or free weights or a trap. Not because I don't want them, but because I'd never get them past the wife. Next, resistance. Something that fights you back, but not your wife. mini bands, handle bands, which are sort of like mini bands in a tubular form, and they have handles on them so you can pull on each end. And loopers, that's what I call them. They're like great big rubber bands, giant rubber bands. You stand on them. You can get some help pulling yourself up or pulling down on your body weight. I know they have an official name, but giant rubber bands is going to help you better find them. Parallettes. Super fun. Really challenging. I have small and tall. The ab roller. Yeah, an ab roller from 1980s television. It's a little wheel. You roll it in and out and back. It will challenge you. And I was surprised to find they are still popular. Stretching. Static and active. AirX mats. That's the key to everything. I stand on them for everything. I love mine. I use it all day for workouts and stretching, and I have several different shapes and sizes for different things I like to do. A strap. You need to get a good safety strap to stretch out your arms and legs. And there's really only one original. It is green with loops. They use it in therapy studios. It is not elastic. Foam rollers. Never really knew about them. They appear to be very important, and there are all kinds of them out there. And I find most of them are not really foamy. It's hard to find the right one. They rub your muscles in places you can't help to get to on your own, and they help prevent DOMS. And DOMS means delayed onset muscle soreness. And you're going to have DOMS if you start working out and you haven't worked out for a while. It's part of it. But beware of the hard foam roller. Some of them even come with really hard nubs. And they hurt. Even if you've been doing this for a while, they hurt. There are also styrofoam rollers. Made of styrofoam. Really? Unsafe at any speed. Then my favorite that I found, took me a long time, kind of an oblong roller with hard soft and really hard built into it. I like it a lot. Different hardnesses in one roller. TRX makes one. They did not pay me to say that. They did not give me their roller to comment on it now. Cardio. HIIT. Heart rate up. Big beats. I use a regular balance ball for sit-ups and push-ups. Plyo boxes. Plyo means to jump. So you jump or you step on them. I have a couple of sizes. I wish I had more, but can't get it past the wife. A balance board trainer. This is probably the one mistake I made. It's like a skateboard, but you roll on it. It's very dangerous. It's way too fast for me at my age. I cannot use it. I did waste my money, and it was expensive. Jump rope. Use a mat if you're indoor or outdoor to protect your rope. I use a weighted rope, and you will get in shape fast if you jump rope. And now we come to one of my best loves, a new love that I just discovered a month or two ago. BOSU. Now, BOSU, B-O-S-U, means both sides used. And BOSU is an excellent company. And I'm not paid to say that. I'm not given anything for free for talking about them now. And they don't even know anything about me or that I'm talking about them. The original BOSU ball, I'm sure you've seen, looks like a half-inflated balance ball with a hard back. It just gives you an excellent workout. There's also a BOSU ballast ball. It's like a regular balance ball with some kind of ballast inside, so the ball doesn't really move or roll unless you make it push to roll. BOSU domes are miniature Bosu balls that fit in one hand or on a foot. You can do push-ups on them. You can balance on them. You can move around along on them. Very interesting, super cute. Wife loves them. And they challenge you. Bosu balance sticks. It's a weighted stick that comes in a couple of weights that you use, sort of like a baton. And it's this thing that you use, you put on your shoulders, that makes your Bosu ball exercises more challenging. Finally, Bosu makes a rubberized, weighted ball that fits in the palm of your hand. The one I use is about 4 pounds. And you use it like a weight, but you hold it in your hand and you work out with it. The size is amazing, purposeful, truly a wonderful fit. Try it. And my human meme friend, all these killer workout implements keep me in shape and happy. I have discovered that weights, heavy weights, but not too heavy, really makes a positive difference with my blood pressure. The heavy lifting must do something for me internally that widens things up inside or whatever. But those weights appear to calm down my high to normal readings even when medicated, as verified by my doctor. And that result is with intrinsic high blood pressure treated with medication. Now, before the weights, I would rely on yoga and cardio and walking to manage my blood pressure, and that sort of worked. But after 3 weeks of just basic barbell work, my blood pressure jumped down 20 points on both sides. And that weighted work was the only thing I changed in my long-time eating routine and workout regime. So take that as you will. I am not a doctor, and I am not providing you medical advice for anyone but me. And there you have it, my human meme friend. A quick and tasty tour of my living room gym. My Parallettes Paradise. My wife's growing impatience and grounds for divorce. Just kidding. Keep lifting. Stay healthy. The choice is always yours to bend or break or bust. Choose wisely and with flexibility. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.